one more time. Looking back now as an adult, truth can still be found in the words of the past. His home and heart are still in creation. In his words and his art, he grows and he connects. As his voice grew in confidence and continues to grow. That boy who knew struggle like the back of his hand finally found himself again. That little boy in black who was lost for a while. Lost in the dark, trapped in the confines of his mind, is finally free. He promises to himself are finally restored, the gift no longer forgotten or suppressed, for it has reawakened and will be kept. Never ever again will it be dimmed or submerged in the darkness, never hidden away again. Through adversity and the hatred and the judgment and the heartaches, through the losses and homelessness, he learned and he is growing, becoming stronger. Beat in the odds, he is grateful for the teachers and people along his path, those who helped him grow into who he is now. Aided by the hands of spirit, his ancestors and his guides, which he now welcomes with open arms. He trusts in his gifts now. He trusts and he listens, a non-binary boy, now an adult. A believer in the unseen, a believer in the impossible. Finally recognizing it as true, a believer in his own worth, in his own dreams, a dancer, a singer, an artist, a writer, a creator, an activist for what he believes is right, an expansive being ever growing, open to the new travels and experiences coming his way, and to the people, the wonderful people that he will meet, He welcomes change wholeheartedly in this moment. He knows it's his truth, and he believes it. In this moment, his dreams become real, and he knows it in his spirit, he knows it in his heart, that they were always true, always meant for him. Just took him a while to Just took him a while to rediscover them. He heals from the pains of the past, heals from the traumas and abuse. He chooses to move on bravely, he chooses to move on bravely. Move on like the warriors of his ancestors, overcoming, moving in better directions. He ain't perfect, but he's beautiful. He's raw and he's real. He's raw and he's real. Through the cruelty, abandonment, ostracization, the neglect and abuse from his parents and family, from the hate of society, he promises to stay true, choosing a better life, though it hasn't been easy. He knows the past can't trap him now, can't trap him in the darkness, no, not anymore, no, not anymore. He keeps on living, he's learning to love, breaking free from bonds and chains inflicted by himself and others. He will never give up on himself, no, not ever, no, not ever. He learned to love himself. He learned to love himself one day at a time, and one day at a time. He's being patient with himself as he grows. Now his wings have grown so large, and he's shaking off the weight of the past. shaking it off, shaking it all off. He flies and he leaps into the unknown without fear. He wields the power of compassion, focuses on unconditional love. He smiles for real now, he looks for joy and trust, in passion and love, in everything. Despite the darkness, he finds beauty in the wind, in the sky, in the sea and on the earth, in the seasons and in the weather. He finds companionship in the trees and in the creatures who inhabit this earth. He loves the warmth of the sun, the coolness of the rain on his face, in the illumination and clarity under the stars and the moon, in the beauty of the universe, in the darkness of the night. He creates and feels alive. He creates and feels alive. He creates and feels alive. For he is alive. For he is alive. Alive, alive, alive. And he connects and he plays and he moves authentically within himself and his beliefs. He's gentle with his mental heart and he's understanding of all parts of himself. He's no longer hiding, a conqueror of fear and doubt, always learning and growing. He's patient with himself. He creates healthy boundaries, helps others to the best of his ability when they are in need, and he can help in many ways. The boy who lived to create, the boy who lived to create, and the adult he grew to be. And they are one and the same, a little sharp around the corners, but with a big heart. He's now whole, he's now whole. He's ready to share it with others, and he's ready to share it with others. One day at a time, one day at a time, unafraid to ask for help or doing it anyway with love. Let's promise, let's promise, let's promise to create wonders together. And so we promise once again, we promise once again to continue to live to the fullest, to love himself, to be who he wants to be who he is now, to be who he is now, to be who he is now, to be who he is now. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is.